All right, we're getting ready to add some color. I'm taking some of the Opera Pink and adding that to her cheeks. Opera Pink is one of my all-time favorite colors. I love it. Here I added some, and I'm going back and, of course, trying to soften the edges. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me say that, but I'll do that on both sides of the cheeks. What you can't see is that I'm creating a little bit of a wash on my palette off to the side. I like to put color all around the face, on the chin, on the nose, around the eyes, on the forehead, on the ears. There I went into the ears, now in the shadow area. I like to create several layers of different colors. I think it makes it more interesting. And the cheeks weren't wanting to cooperate, so I dabbed them off and decided to start again. There, I'm adding a little bit of color to the chin, to the underneath part of the nose. Again, in the shadow areas around the eyes. And the ears, on the forehead. Continuing the shadow line along the side of the neck, around the clothing. I'll put some under the chin. I just keep going around the face in different areas where I think the color needs to be a little more intense or a little darker. Let it dry in one area a little bit and go back and add more. Starting the color on the lips. Putting a little color in the tear duct. Now I'm going in with cadmium red. It was a little too wet, a little too bright. You'll see me dab that up here in a minute. Now I'm continuing with the cadmium red. The nose, underneath the eyes. I'll go in with it in the shadow areas as well. On the cheeks, adding a little more depth. There, the color got away from me a little bit, so I was trying to dab it up a little bit. Decided I wanted the lips a little more pink, so I'm going back in with Opera Pink. Back to the cadmium red. Just continuing to add some of that into the shadow area. I'm trying to lift a little bit of that color on the bottom lip because it should be a little bit lighter. And here I'm going back with a little Naples yellow reddish again, just to trying to create a little more shadow between the eyes. And I made sure she was dry completely. And I'm going to go in with the hair, and I'm using black and Payne's Gray on her hair. Starting off with the light wash just to get it started. And before you start in on the hair, you want to make sure your face is completely dry. Otherwise, the hair color will seep into your face wherever it's wet. You can see I got a little bit of the hair color on her face, so I just turned it into some shadow. I'll go back in later and darken that hair color up. And then I'm taking a yellow to paint the bird and a little bit of orange to create some shadow. Trying to make sure I don't get that yellow into her hair or the hair into the bird.